princess.
How you doing?
So I'm here with Sean. We are at the Zwift HQ in Melbourne. And it's a place called the Commons, which is a communal working space. So what they've got is Commons had all this set up, but what Zwift have done is they've come in and set up some little stations here to do some Zwift on. And believe it or not, Shawnee, although he still does the bike tailor stuff, is now their head mechanic.
Yeah, technician. I think the plan going forward is to try and get a few more stations available so people can come and start doing Zwift sessions in here as well.
Yeah, right.
So we've already got the 2 stations set up, which is good.
Yeah.
So we can use it, and we've even got a treadmill now as well, which is Bluetooth, so you can start doing the Zwift running if you want.
How good's that?
I'm
so glad we're not riding outside.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
how is it? Have a look at how tears the weather is out there.
Yeah.
Alright, so I haven't splashed water on my face, this is actual sweat. But we're going toe to toe, man. This guy is just a weapon. This is pretty much one of the first times that Sean's ridden Zwift. Properly ridden Zwift. He's in the middle of the bunch and he reckons that the draft effect isn't really...
It's not the same as the road.
It's not the same as on the road. On the road there's a significant effect, but on Zwift it's just not quite. You still work hard in the middle of the bunch. Alright, you're in there.
Now I have to fucking go to knock off the back. Doing 500 watts. Oh, too hard.
Popped up the front. Shawnee used to be a national level runner back in the day, yeah?
Yeah.
National level, like he was doing. What was your best times? 10K?
29.43.
29.43 for 10K. That's flying.
But you do need to calibrate it. I haven't calibrated, so it's not quite matching up at the moment, but that's more my fault.
Drafting in the bunch in the real world is a little bit easier, I reckon. I tried to sit in with a bunch for a while and it was just trying to work out that... It was a little bit easier, but not immensely easier.
No, you're still pedaling at like... I feel like real world situation, if you're moving along at 40 or whatever it was, like they were doing,
yeah,
you'd be pedaling like 100 to 200 watts, you know, for a lot of it. Yeah. This one you were still doing like 250 to 300 watts kind of thing. Like you're still pushing. Like
you're still pushing hard, aren't you?
It wasn't that much easier. Like
it's like the hell ride on steroids.
Yeah, except the hell ride, the same thing. Once you're in like a good spot, you get sucked along, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the same as this. You know, so this is good training. It's probably a lot better actually if you can sit in the bunch in Zwift and really kind of go along for a long time. Go out on the road or a crit and it will feel easy, I think. So I
don't know if you can see, it's probably a little bit blown out, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day. It was pissing down with rain earlier today, but it's just cleared up nicely. I've just watched my Giant TCX, my cyclocross bike that I never use, and I've decided that I'm going to sell it. So I've got it on Gumtree at the moment, which is in Australia, it's a well-known selling platform. And there's a guy coming over to check it out now, but firstly, I'm going to take it for one last ride down to get coffee.
Just get him to sleep.
Will I get him to sleep or get you fit?
I think he's loving it.
Is he?
Mummy not so
I bet you can't run all the way to the coffee shop.
No way. I've already done Pilates today.
Now Hannah's back into Pilates. I've been doing quite a lot of CrossFit. Although I've had a break for a week. I've had a week off and I've just done a couple of rides on the indoor trainer, but I definitely need to get back into CrossFit because I enjoy it. It's good socially. Come on, all the way. This would be a good way to get fit, H.
Ridiculous.
I think with cycling it's funny because you can, for example, in here in Melbourne, you can rock up to the north, you know, particularly as a road cyclist, you rock up to the North Road ride or something, people barely talk to each other on the ride, which is a good thing and a bad thing too, because if you just want to be in your zone while you're working out, that's all right. But I find with CrossFit socially, it's, you know, you can have a chat and you can, in between sets, you can talk, and so it's good, you know, it's a good mix. Okay, speaking of CrossFit, I'm actually going to a class now. It's 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, the sun is going down, and I'm going to get in the gym, do a workout, start throwing around some kettlebells. Part of the reason I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, I find it hard to say this, and it's crazy because I thought I'd be the last person to suffer from anxiety and or depression. But you know, there's been a lot of changes in my life in the last year. Obviously doing CrossFit and doing the Grand Tours last year and whatnot. Now I'm back at a day job. I've got a kid. So the last probably 2 months for me have been very difficult. I started feeling some tingling on my arms and legs, and then I googled the symptoms, and this multiple sclerosis came up. Multiple sclerosis. So there's me thinking I've got this serious neurological disease, and it took me about 6 weeks to get all the testing done. I had quite a few tests done. It turns out I don't have MS, but the anxiety and the stress associated with getting all those tests done really put a lot of stress on me. And so I started suffering from pretty severe anxiety. Not so much depression, but more so anxiety. And it hasn't been pleasant. So that's hence why I haven't been doing videos, and why I'm doing more exercise and just generally trying to look after myself. CrossFit done and dusted. I've just finished, did an hour of power, and I am cooked now. Eventually I'm going to show you guys a little bit of CrossFit, a few moves. We got some really cool bikes here and stuff, so we'll do that. But for now, let's go home and have dinner with Hanny. So Simon Taylor is an artist based in the UK. He does really awesome art of cycling, well-known cycling people in the professional peloton. And he sent me these 3 prints. We're going to hang them up in the house. Jack's just loving life over there, just chilling out. But yeah, we're going to set them up in the house, around the house, but we're going to give one of these away. So we're going to hang 2 up. We're going to give away the Alberto Contador print. We're going to post it on Instagram, and all you have to do is you have to be following Cycling Maven. You have to like the post when I put it up, and you can be a chance. It's going to be one of the random people who likes the post and is following me. We're going to pick randomly the winner, and then we'll send it to you. So yeah, so they're awesome prints. Simon, you're a very talented man. So I'll link Simon's website in the description of this video. And if you want to go check out his work, check it out. These are probably the coolest socks I've seen in cycling. They've sent me like 10 pairs. But you know, obviously black's always good in winter. And then you've got, you know, more summery socks. I don't know if I'll wear these pink ones. But look, yeah, this company, Pongo, Jack even loves it, man. He's just frothing over there. But yeah, Pongo, thank you so much for sending me lots of pairs of socks. Now I just need to go buy some work socks.
Or I might feed him. I'll feed him.
Hello, little sausage. All right, so to end off today's vlog, I just wanted to say...
We got engaged.
We got engaged. We were going to do a massive video on this, but we thought, no, we'll just keep it fairly simple. So I'll show you Hannah's ring. Now, Hannah she's not one for sort of, you know, showing off things and stuff, but to put it into context, so maybe 2 years ago, I would have definitely got all of the proposal and stuff on camera, but I sort of figured, you know what, over time I've realized that doing stuff off camera is actually a lot better. Don't you agree?
Well, it's more spur of the moment.
It was more spur of the moment. What actually happened was, we didn't do anything crazy. Now, one thing about Hannah is she's not all about the fanfare, so she wouldn't have liked me to do some massive thing where I've got a plane in the sky saying, "Will you marry me?" or something like that.
Not that there's anything against that.
Not that,
it's just not
anyone
for
that
me.
does that, that's great, but it's definitely not Hannah, and she's very simple with the ring and stuff, so I made sure that the ring was very, very plain, and but still beautiful, okay? Simple, like simple, yeah?
Classic. I like
Classic, yeah, Hannah likes classic. So anyway, we went down the park. I carried the ring for quite a while before I proposed. We ended up going down to the park, and it was a beautiful moment. We were playing in the park with Jack. We were on the swings. Hannah was just chilling out there, and I looked at her, and I looked at Jack, and I looked around in the park, and there was no one around. And I just thought, this is the perfect moment to propose. I was so nervous, like so nervous. And in that moment, I'm looking down at Hannah and my baby, and I pulled the thing out of my pocket, and my exact words were, it's really nervous. I opened up the box and I looked at her and I said, my exact words were, "Let's do this."
I
Yeah?
was not expecting it.
Yeah.
No, but it was a really nice moment.
Was it?
Exactly how I would have wanted it.
Is it?
Yeah.
And what did you say?
I said, yes, I'd love to marry you.
You did, didn't you? And I didn't even ask you to marry
No,
me.
you didn't. So I had to clarify that.
So that's the story. We're getting married. I'm not sure when. It's probably going to be March or April next year. We haven't really set a date, to be honest with
It'll
you.
be very low key.
But it'll be very low key. We're just going to go to a registry office.
Nothing traditional.
Nothing traditional. But all those people that have said to me in the comments for all these years,
You're gonna have
put
to get a
put a
new
ring on
comment
it.
now.
Put a ring on it. I've done it. So that is the end of the Vlog Legends. See you in the next one.